So next problem, the compound interest on rupees 8,000 at 15% per annum for 2 years 4 months compounded annually is, okay. So principal is how much? 8,000, rate of interest is 15%, time is 2 years 4 months. So what is the compound interest they are asking, okay. So now we'll use ratio method. So rate of interest we know it is 15%. So this we can simplify it as 5 3s are 5, 20s are 3 by 20. So if 20 is the principal amount, 3 parts increasing will give us the total amount. So 20 plus 3 is 23 by 20. So this is amount and this is principal. Therefore principal is to amount ratio is, if 20 parts is principal, 23 parts is amount. Now they are saying 15% per annum for 2 years 4 months, isn't it? So this is for first year. Then for second year it will be how much? Square of this, isn't it? So it is again 20 into 23. Then for third year, don't take the 20 itself, because in third year it is only for 4 months they are saying, isn't it? Only 4 months. 2 years it is complete 2 years, but in third year it is only 4 months, isn't it? So for only 4 months how much will be the ratio? Now we know that for 12 months, okay, for 12 months 3 part was the interest, isn't it? 3 parts was the interest, because see here 20 is to 23, so extra 3 is what? It is the rate of interest, isn't it? So if for 12 months it is 3 parts, then for 4 months it will be how much? So it is 4 by 12 into 3. 4 1s are 4 3s are 3 3 cancel. So it is 1 part. Okay. Since interest is 1 part, this is interest is 1 part. Then amount will be how much? Okay. Amount principal we know it is 20 parts. Then amount will be 20 plus 1, 21 parts. Okay. So we know that for third year, if 20 is the principal, then in amount will be how much? 21 parts, okay, because it is only for 4 months. Now multiply all these things. So total principal is how much? 20 cube is 8,000. Then interest will be how much? 23 into 23 into 21, it will be 11109. Okay, so this is our principal now and this is amount. So what is the difference between principal and amount? That is, how much is the difference? 11109 minus 8,000, that is nothing but 3,109. So this is nothing but our compound interest. The difference between amount and principal is always nothing but compound interest, isn't it? So this 3,109 is the compound interest. Okay. So that is only asked, isn't it? Compound interest is asked. So compound interest is 3,109. So next problem. A certain sum invested at 4% per annum compound interest, compounded half yearly. Now they are saying compounded half yearly, amounts to rupees 7,803 at the end of 1 year. So the sum is how much? So rate of interest is given as 4% and it is compounded for half yearly they are saying. Okay. So in simple interest we have seen that for half yearly, okay, for half yearly rate is always r by 2 and time is always 2t, isn't it? So rate, it is compounded half yearly. Then it amounts to 7,803 they are saying. So compound amount is given. How much? 7,803. And time is at the end of 1 year. So time is 1 year. Okay. Then the principal is how much? The sum is how much? Sum is nothing but principal. Okay. Now this 4% is for 1 year, but we have to compound it for half yearly, isn't it? So what will be the new rate? New rate will be how much? It is R by 2, which is equal to 4%, by 2, which is equal to 2%. Okay. And what will be the new time? New time is 2 into t. So which is equal to 2 into time is 1 year. So 2 into 1, which is equal to 2 years. So this is our new time. So now rate of interest, we know it is 2%, isn't it? Because now we have to consider this, not this. Okay. So 2% is nothing but 2 by 100. So it is 2 ones are 2 50s are, it is 1 by 50. So if 50 is the principal and one part increase will give us amount. So 50 plus 1 is 51 by 50. So this is our amount and this is principal. Therefore, principal is to amount ratio is now, if 50 parts is principal, 51 parts is amount. So this is for first year. But we want it after 2 years, isn't it? Now because this is our new time, not this. Okay. So at the end of second year, how much it will be? Again 50 is to 51. For second year we have to multiply again. Okay. So the total principal is how much? 50 into 50, because at the end of 2 year I have told you all we have to square it. So 5 5s is 25. So it is 25 0 0 is to 51 square is 2601. Okay. So if this is now principal amount and this is principal and this is amount. Okay. Now 2500 parts is principal and 2601 parts is amount. But in amount in terms of ratio, money we know it is 7803. So if 2601 parts is equal to 7803, then 2500 parts is how much? Okay. Now when we see these both, into 3 we can do. See here, into 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 zeros are 0, 3 6 are 18, 3 2 are 6 plus 1 7. So when we multiply with 3 times, we will get 7803. So this also, if we multiply with 3 times, we will get the principal amount. So 2500 into 3 will give us principal. Therefore principal is equal to 2500 into 3, which is equal to 7500. So this is the principal amount. Okay. So next problem. The compound interest on rupees 30,000 at 7% per annum for a certain time is 4,347. The time is, okay, so now they are asking us time. So what is given? Principal is given, it is 30,000 and rate of interest is 7% and compound interest they have given. How much it is? 4,347 rupees. So what is the time? So in how much time it is becoming 4,347. So now always begin with the rate. We know rate is 7%, 7 by 100. So in 100 parts, 7 parts increase will give us amount. So it is 107 by 100. So this is amount part and this is principal part. So now principal is to amount is, if 100 parts is principal, then 107 parts is amount, isn't it? Then we don't know after, this is for first year, but we don't know after how many years, but at the end it is becoming how much? It is becoming 30,000, isn't it? It is 30,000 and amount will be how much? Amount will be principal plus CI we know, isn't it? So principal we know it is 30,000 and CI we know it is 4,347. So amount will be 34,347. So it is 34,347. But is it easy to find out the year? No. So we will make it easier. Okay. So it is 3 ones and 4 zeros, and 3 ones, 3 ones 3. 1 will remain, 3 fours are 12, 1 will remain, again 3 fours are 12, 2 will remain. So it is 3 nines are 27. Okay. So now the ratio between this principal and amount we got it as 10,000 is to 11,449. Now, so to come to 10,000, what we have to do? If we cube it, if we cube this, what will happen? It will be more. So if we take 100 square, is it equal to 10,000? Yes, 100 square is equal to 10,000. But when this will happen? At the end of second year. I have told you always for second year we have to square. So 100 square, when we do, we will get 10,000. So that means at the end of second year we are getting 10,000. And then 107 square is nothing but 11,449. So this is also happening at the end of second year, isn't it? So therefore this means that time is equal to 2 years. Okay, time is equal to 2 years. Because at the end of second year, when 100 square, when we do 100 square after 2 years, isn't it? So when we did 100 square, we are getting 10,000, and 107 square is this much. So this will 10,000 is to 11,449 is the ratio at the end of second year. So time will be how much? Time is nothing but 2 years. Okay. So the next one. A sum of rupees 8,000 will amount to rupees 8,820 in 2 years. If the interest is calculated every year, then the rate of compound interest is. Okay, now they are asking rate. So principal is given, it is 8,000. Will amount to, means amount is given, compound amount, that is 8,820, and time is given 2 years. Okay, if the interest is calculated every year, okay, it is calculated every year, then the rate of compound interest is. So rate is how much we should find out. Okay, now the ratio between principal is to amount is how much? It is 8,000 is to 8,820, isn't it? But this is not easier to find the ratio. So what we can do? We can simplify it. So 8, so 4, or it is it goes with, okay, first 0 0 will cancel here, then 800 is to 800 is to 882 it is, isn't it? Now it is 2 4s 0 0 and 2 4s 2 4s and 2 1s. Okay, so the ratio is now 400 is to 41. Now this 400 is to 41, when it will happen? At the end of second year, because we know that after 2 years, the amount is becoming 8,000 is becoming 8,820, isn't it, after 2 years. Now that means this ratio 400 is to 441 is the ratio after 2 years. Okay, the ratio between principal, and this is principal and amount in terms of rupees, and this is principal and amount in terms of ratio. Okay, so this is happening after 2 years and this is happening after 2 years. This is the ratio after 2 years and this is the ratio, this is the amount after 2 years. So if this is happening at the end of 2 years, then at first year what it should be? On first year, it will be the square root of this, isn't it? Because to come from first to second, we are squaring, isn't it? So therefore, to go from second to first, we have to take square root, isn't it? So 400 square root is 20 and 441 square root is 21. So therefore, 20 is to 21 is at the end of first year, the ratio is 20 is to 21, and at the end of second year, the ratio is 400 is to 441, isn't it? Therefore, the ratio between principal and amount is 20 is to 21. Now, the difference between the parts is how much? One part. So, one part is nothing but our interest. One part is nothing but our interest part, isn't it? So, if one part is the interest on how much? On principal, isn't it? On principal. Principal is 20. So, into 100. Always interest is calculated on principal, isn't it? So, one part is the interest of 20 parts principal. So, 1 by 20 into 100. So, 20 ones are 20 5s are. This is equal to 5%. So, rate is nothing but 5%. Okay. Hope you have understood. So, this ratio method is very easy to when we had to find out the rate and when we had to find out time. But if you use any other method to find out these two things, it will be very difficult. So please follow ratio method to solve sums on compound interest. Okay. So next problem. At what rate per annum will rupees 32,000 yield a compound interest of rupees 5,044 in 9 months? Interest being compounded quarterly. Okay. Now they are asking for quarterly. Okay. So for quarterly we know that rate is R by 4 and time becomes 4t. Okay. So what are the given things? Given is principal is given at what rate per annum will rupees 32,000, means 32,000 is the principal amount. Yield compound interest, it will yield a compound interest of how much? 5,044 in 9 months they are saying. So time is 9 months. So rate is how much? Okay. Now time is how much? New time is what? New time is what? It is 4 into t. So 4 into time is 9 months. So 4 into 9 it is 36 months. But this we can convert it into years. So 36 divided by 12 will give us 3 years. So 36 months is nothing but 3 years. Okay. Now principal is to amount. We will find out the ratio between principal and amount. So principal is 32,000 given and it will become how much? It will become, amount will become, amount is how much? P plus CI. So principal is 32,000 and CI is 5,044. So when we add it is 37,044. Okay. So the amount is 37,044. So to make it easier, let me cancel this. So it is 4 8s are 32 and 0 0. Now 4 9s are 36, 1 will remain, 4 2s are 8, 2 will remain, 4 6 are 24 and 4 1s are. So 8,000 is to 9 2 6 1. Now we can find. So this is the ratio between principal and amount at the end of 3 years, because our time is now 3 years. Okay, it is at the end of 3 years. So from first year to come to 3 years, I have told you all we should always cube it, isn't it? So cube, to go from 3 years to first year, what we have to do? We have to take cube root. Okay, so therefore cube root of 8000 and cube root of this. So cube root of 8000 is 20 and cube root of 9261 is 21. So therefore the ratio between principal and amount is how much now? It is 20:21. Okay, now what is the difference between this? It is one part and this is nothing but our CI. So CI is always calculated on principal. So one part out of 20 part into 100. So it is 1 za 5 za, which is equal to 5%. But don't make a mistake, this 5% is the rate of interest it is the new rate of interest, that is R by 4. Okay, but we don't want R by 4, we want R, isn't it? So R percent is given by 5% into 4. So it is 5 4s are 20%. Okay, so 20% is the answer. Please don't take 5% itself, because 5% is nothing but R by 4. It is our new rate, but we don't want R by 4, we want R. So R value how we'll get? R is nothing but 5 into 4, isn't it? 5% into 4. So therefore R is 20%. Okay.